We are here today to pay tribute to the Green Hell, to the fact that everybody detests it, so we're not driving it. This is why it's a GP track. Good evening and welcome to the Fury Cup Round 7. Chaos Rising once again, and we are joined by a special guest after his escapades from Sunday, being the on-track reporter. He is now the trackside reporter. Good evening, JD.
What happened?
Good evening, Tej. That's all I'm gonna do in that voice.
What do you mean, Angela? What happened? Nothing. It was just I was being a pain because no one likes the Green Hell.
Oh.
But good evening and welcome. We are here with some Group 3s, enjoying some new burger rings with some GP sauce. Yes, that is pretty much what I've entitled the stream, if anyone actually cares. So we're waiting for a couple of drivers.
Oh, okay,
we were looking.
is Gad joining?
Gad isn't part of this league. He will probably be on later for potentially some Siege. I am not sure. I have not heard much from him today. So...
Hello and welcome to the GRT Esports Fury Cup chat screen. Big smile, yeah.
Yeet. So let's pick up the controller so I can see Kazi going a touch wide through the chain. I really need to not say that tonight because
Okay, I was checking.
perfectly fine.
Yeah,
So-
for government work.
We've got everything prepped up at the moment. I'm so tempted to play Kazi
When
up,
does
but
this season end?
it's going to be next week. Because there was a group decision for it not to be completed tonight. So it is just the single race tonight, but there is still potential change on the cards for next week. Because
Okay.
as much as we have our on-track and trackside reporter
I thought
of
I was
Mr.
your
Kyoto.
favorite beater.
See, Big Hater would
WTF.
sound so much better if that wasn't there. But yeah, we are due to be doing an hour of Yamigawa and Miyabi next week. The track is going to be staying, but that's going to be slightly changed.
How so?
I'm thinking of chopping it in 3, so rather than it be 1 hour, do 3 20-minute sprints. Because potentially, because it's not going to be a very big grid. Obviously, I believe, Mikey and Kazi are... Mikey's here, Mash is his partner, Racer's here, Seal his partner, Hippie's due, and Marmite will be here next week, so that's 6. We have no Enra, so you'll be basically replacing Enra, but then there's no early split, so either way, you cover Enra, then you've got Kazi and Jack, so it's only a 9-car grid. I don't want anyone really to kind of be like 15-20 minutes in, gonna turn around and kind of go, I know it's the last race of the
Where's my
season, but I
MASH?
don't really want to sit and potentially do like another 40 minutes, where at least if it's 3 sprints, it kind of keeps everyone a little bit close, especially for the sense of the length of the lap time around Yamiyabi. So
Enjoying the stream? Don't forget to like, subscribe and check out the links in the description.
Nightbot,
I am
really?
feeling left out. No one has asked where is Gemini.
Maybe.
How are you doing,
Uh-huh.
Jay?
Where's my gem?
How are you doing today, Jay? What is the weather like where you are?
Good evening, Mikey.
So we are at Nerbs. let's have a bit of a seal action.
Good evening, Jam. How about a nice game of chess?
BMW does
So
look good.
Chaos, what are the rules for
Luckily
this
done.
race? Sorry, I only joined.
To be fair,
am
Mikey,
good,
I
thank
hadn't
you
said
for
anything yet.
asking.
I believe the installed rules from the ever so gracious Bertman are as follows. He says that as he reloads it from the Discord.
Yay, emoji grinning face, we love you, Chai, you know that.
So
The
then,
weather is really good at S40 there.
oh nice. So tyre strategy is softs, mediums and hards should be available. You need to do a minimum of 1 lap
The chart is
on
really
each
fast
tyre.
today.
So that's potentially going to scupper some plans, but at least it should be hopefully bring up some interesting strategies. But the thing is, as it's only
Good
one
evening,
on
all.
each, you're potentially looking at in theory a minimal 2-stop, because that would be for changing for both tyres. But with 3 and 4 on tyres and fuel, I don't believe they are actually going to last unless you decide to stay on them long term. So,
What was this waffle about 3 sprints then TA brother?
potentially for next week, because my personal feeling would be
Good evening, GRTs.
running Yami Yabi for a straight hour isn't going to be particularly enjoyable if there's only 9 cars on track, because it potentially could mean that the field will split up very quickly, and I don't want
Yo.
the people at the back to feel like they can't be asked. So if it's 3 small sprints,
TJT2.
it will keep people together,
Yeah, I
or at
get
least keep the racing tight and give people reasons to still race. Because if you have one... Carry on,
I know
JD.
I'm gonna be one of
TJ,
those
you're a
in the
Class
back,
A commentator and Class A streamer.
I love that track so much.
Thank you.
You could stick me on it for 3 hours and I'd be happy.
Oh, I know you would be happy with it. But it's just the sense of, it's like, if you have, let's say, 1 spin, because I think if I just go back to the predicted settings, it's softs and mediums only, and mediums for a minimum of 5. On a 4 and 4 tyre fuel strategy, it's going to be a tyre killer, I feel. I felt Group 4 was quite bad, and the fact that was in Group 4 cars. If we're doing it in Group 3s, you're going to have a considerably larger amount more torque and power going through them, which means if you have a spin, you're automatically going to be like 5 to 10 seconds back, unless you are one of the pros. No disrespect to anybody taking part, but unless you can pop in those rapid lap times to catch back up, you unfortunately will get demoralised very early and not want to continue. So that being said, that's what I'm thinking of, rather doing 3 small sprints. Obviously everyone gets paid for the 3 small sprints, so I will have the laptop on and get all the points done on the fly, but at least it will be more enjoyable for the drivers, because you can actually race rather than potentially not. That's my thoughts on it. But like I say, if it's this, like I say, if people want to run it for a straight hour, I will sit here for a straight hour, but do not be surprised if the stream deteriorates after 10 minutes. Because as much as I like watching racing Yamagawa, watching it for an hour straight, I will lose
Get
concentration.
yourself a drink, DJ. It's Christmas.
I've already had one, thank you, Mikey. But I will be cracking open a bottle of Southern Comfort tomorrow for Wreckfest, so don't you worry on that one. So we only have 5 in the lobby. I think there is a 6th one hidden somewhere. sorry, sixth one will be Mikey, who is gone to get himself a Guinness. We are awaiting Captain Hippie, the leader of
Evening
Mob Chicken
teammate.
Farm Racing.
It's hammer time.
You is not Lewis. Smashing time. Need to sort out that poisonous potato. Can I just reiterate, because this is the first race since
Nasher,
I've
we're
redone
here.
the
Everyone
points.
was just asking about you.
Just to reiterate, after I've redone the points, okay? Kazi
It's
is
smashing time.
a solo driver. Jack is a solo driver. So in theory, they are racing each other. So though they will still be on track, it's basically a double group race. So the 5 drivers that are part of the team event will be
I
racing.
wonder if Gemini is going to make me talk all day long just to make you pause to listen to me.
Maybe. I see Mr. Sean has come to join, so
Breakfast after this.
I don't know if he's wanting to race this. By all means he can if he does so wish. I am currently in the party with just myself and JD, and the only other person that has access is Marmite. So it's going to be a bit of a quiet one from us, but I will actually let JD talk at some point.
What I do this time.
He allows it sometimes.
Nothing. I was using you as an example.
Also, yes, Mikey.
Like I say,
Don't
JD,
bring
if
up
you
what-
do want to race this, mate, by all means you can.
No, I've got other things that I can manage at the same time, so I will save my crashing.
You should tell
for,
JD that we can't hear him.
Oh.
They can't hear you.
Okay.
VIP
I
area.
will tune my mic up.
It might be party settings. Check your in-game party settings, because you might not be sharing your voice.
Full of monster engine. I hear him.
Oh, you hear him? Who said they can't hear him then? Oh no, Gemini.
The Mikey hears me.
You might just need to turn up your mic sensitivity, because I know Gemini turned around and told me mine was a bit low this morning, so I'm potentially a bit louder than normal.
Yeah. Hey, you sound fine to me, but...
I can hear TJ fine, Michael, but JD is a little low.
That's just incompetency on my part.
Yeah, just... Gemini has asked if you just slightly increase your mic sensitivity
Jay, how
for him.
does that sound?
Oh,
Do I
that's
sound
lovely.
good?
You do
Aw,
sound
so-
lovely on that one. Excellent.
Sound-
So whilst I haven't paid a blind bit of notice and Kazi is happily tanking some laps down, I see Sean has joined, by all means. Nice to see him. Where is Mr. Hippie? Because if I hit start on quali, he is not here. But I know he has said that he is attending.
But this is usual typical hippie shenanigans.
Oh yes, very much
He could
not
be caught at
hippie
Aldi
heed, it's
again.
late heed. So we have 7. Let me just send a message to Shaun.
Good evening,
Evening,
Rob.
y'all.
Hey
How you
Rob,
doing, buddy?
are you actually wanting to come jump into this one, Rob? You still technically are situated in it. If you do want to come in and run 21 laps of Nürburg, or sorry, Nürburgerings. Nürburgring. What car is Mr. Sean using? He is also going to use... Is that 16 or 17? Can't tell.
Using a Lexus.
He's also using this Lexus. Let's put a pedantic comment in chat. Are you replacing Enra? Question mark.
His glorious Everton livery.
Nah,
Yeah, I
I'm
wasn't
good.
going to know on that one.
I'd love to, but busy.
There's Rob. Yeah, just change Enra to Sean. Okie dokie. Can somebody please acquire or do some sort of a potato dance? No, wrong one. Mash is here. A hippie dance to acquire the good man, because for some reason I'm guessing he's probably making a coffee or he's doing something. Normally if I put his name into chat he does turn up. 1, 2, 3, 4, hit enter. Does he arrive? No, it's a seal comment. It almost worked. I was so like pessimistic for that one, but alas.
Is there like a hippie call or something?
I don't know, but 3 mental quality.
Bongs.
Potentially, yeah. It's bongs or coffee.
Coffee.
He will probably show up.
Oh, no. Someone said coffee. That's probably Rob, isn't it?
Hippie, 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 hippie. Emoji spam.
Emoji spam.
Coffee, Aston.
Let's do the shake. And do the hippie shake. So I was knowing that you made that joke sooner. The hippie shake. I can't stand still. 2 minutes. Alright, let's look.
I got it. The Aston Martin is the worst car ever.
No, that'll get you heat off a Gemini for that one.
Anyone wanna refute?
That's why I put in parentheses, obvious hippie bait.
Skipping the rest. Emoji down arrow.
Snow is
Emoji down
falling.
right arrow. Emoji right
All
arrow.
around
Emoji
me.
fire. Emoji down
Children
arrow. Emoji down
playing.
right arrow. Emoji right
Everyone.
arrow. Emoji fire. Emoji down arrow. Skipping
Giving
the
the
rest.
rest. I was waiting for that.
Snow is falling all around us.
Children
playing, having fun.
Having fun.
Gem,
Tis the season of love and understanding. Merry
It's the season.
Christmas.
Calm
Up the
down,
bum.
Mikey, it's hippie bait. I don't actually mean it. WTF?
Yeah, it's hippie baiting.
It's hippie bait. You know I don't mean it. You know I
Hippie,
love the
hippie,
Aston.
hippie bait.
Merry Christmas,
You gotta do the
everyone.
hip hop, the hip hop.
Up to what the bop and the bam bam boogie. Don't stop the boogie with the rhythm of the boogie the beat. Now what you see is not a test. Thank you, Racer. I've just seen you
Stacy's
tag him
gonna
in
have
Discord.
a meltdown. Emoji rolling on the floor laughing. Gemini from now on LOL.
Gemini.
Whiskey, Guinness.
That's definitely Mikey. I don't even need to look who that is.
Oop, that's JD bait.
JD bait.
Yeah, JD bait. Yeah, but we all know what the real JD bait is.
Gem.
Calling Kyoto shite.
Gem.
You know,
Shandy.
I understand some people that track doesn't agree with them. That's fine. I still love the track and it has a special place in my heart.
Gaily.
Haha. R-spec women knickers drinker.
Jesus, what was that?
Gemini IDO.
Aspect women's knickers drink. That's definitely Father Jack. For fuck's sake, hippie. Welcome, Yang Lights. Right, I'm gonna give him a 5 count. If she's not here, we're starting.
Gemini IDIO. JD
5,
has a dead heart. Got it.
4,
Meow 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 meow.
He's not it. I'm
1.75,
starting.
1.5,
Sean, that was too much, but that was fucking hilarious.
1.25,
The more that carried on, the more I
Merry
fucking
Christmas,
laughed.
GRT, I love you.
3125.
I love how the fact that this stream has literally been up 20 minutes and we're almost on 100 comments. You absolute dead set legends. Right, we have started.
Sorry, hippie. You had your chance.
I quit being the oracle.
Oh my god, you just broke her. You legitimately just broke chat.
You guys stop this right meow.
Right,
She
meow.
was committed to the meows.
Oh, do you
That's
have,
meow in the
Stacey left?
corner. That's me in the spot. Like, losing my religion.
Oh, we got
Trying
Kazzy
to
out.
keep an eye on you. But I don't know if I can do it.
Ooh, how embarrassing
Meow,
when
I've
Kazzy is.
said too much. I've said enough. To be fair, I think she was more committed to the lols. Let's put Sean in first. The Emperor on spot. This is the one thing I adore with GT Sport, how the fact of it just
The
can't
only
work
thing
out where to
Stacey
put
ever
people.
committed to Rob.
Yeah, it's just...
It's very
It's
true.
Pause this crap right now. Can you tell the British
But
people are
obviously,
in
you look now
lockdown
Kazzy's
again?
in first after he's gone through...
Emoji rolling on
Just
the
'cause you're-
floor laughing.
Just because you
Emoji
like
zany
are allowed
face.
to go out and do
Gut,
things
gut, gut.
and
Emoji sweat droplets.
I really do need to get a drink, but I cannot be fucked. Can't be fucked, it involves moving.
Oh, yeah, that is kind of a deterrent.
Even though the fact is I have a drink sat next to me.
Question is, what is the drink?
Well, I have a fridge sat next to me, I've got numerous beverages available. It also depends if I want to sleep tonight.
Well,
Oh, for fuck's
sleep
sake.
is generally important. That is a GRTN PSA. Make sure to sleep.
Yeah, sleep is
It's
good.
helpful.
I was going to say, Sunday I had 4 energy drinks. I think I only slept like 4 hours. So, yeah. So, from what I have seen from everyone's amazing work, thanks PD, is everyone is starting on soft tyres, except for Jack, who wants to get rid of them as quick as fucking properly.
And I did find a way to get around that glitch, is if you just go into the pits, if you've really boned your last lap, it will fix it back up, so...
Yes, but then Bertie has made the rules in place from the start to the fact that you have to do one full lap, so you can't just dive in on the last lap of the race for it to change your tyres, because the request is for you to do at least most of the corners.
No, like, if I've done multiple laps on the tires that I did, then switch back over once I'm like, okay, that's a decent enough time. I did that at one of the races.
It is doable. See, the thing is like, I would rather start the qualifying on that tyre that you want to start on and then change it, because I've had issues where I've said that I will work on X tyre to change to Y tyre to start the race, but then it's not actually put me on Y tyre. So that's why I'd rather start qualifying on it, because then I know that's going to be the same tyre that I start the race on it, and it's not going to confuse the game, because it's obviously broken.
Because I had that happen at Bathurst for Group 4.
Yeah.
But it said that I was on softs. But it was clear by my times and by my tires slipping, I was definitely on mediums.
We had we had that issue on the St. Croix rerun.
Kazzy is across the line.
Kazzy, 54.9. 56.1. Racer, across the line. 56.3.
Semi-cold start.
Jack's on his prep lap. Jack's prep lap because he changed tyres. Smash goes first with 54.443. Jack, no, Seal coming around to the final corner It looks like it's just been a bit of an errors of that because he's in the twos. That's the other reason why I didn't want to race this one, because I would be there as well. As Sean comes across the line with a beautiful lap time. Well done, Sean. So Mash is still running some very good lap times.
He's blindingly quick.
I am at least not afraid to say that Mr. Potato is one of the fastest that we possess.
Indeed. I mean, he's a studly spud right there.
With the medium light skin tone. With
Totally.
the medium light skin tone.
Paul, I can read
With
that.
the medium light skin tone.
Well,
With the medium
from what I
light
can
skin
see,
tone.
we have currently got Mikey going blue in Sector 1 and Sector 2, so it looks like he's going to be on for a very good sector as well. I was just about to say, I think I've got the glitch. Oh no, it's only on 2 and 3. That's annoying.
Keyboard glitch?
On the right hand
How
side,
much did
most
Paul
of the...
pay to be a moderator on this channel?
I thought you gave it to him, Gemini.
With the DR pepper in hand and bugles
Mikey,
on the fingers,
55 T.
it's time for
It's an
some
improvement.
wheelin' and keelin'.
Very much a good lap there. Kazi did improve as well, but it wasn't quite quicker than Mashy. Jack doesn't
Five a
quite
month,
get
I
under the
think.
55s. Not
Ooh.
quite the 55s.
Just barely.
Kazi's optimal though is a 54.2, so he's definitely still got something in the bag. Mikey is pretty much on optimal at this moment, thanks to the onboard
Fair
graphics
enough,
that
Paul.
not everyone
Roll.
is showing me.
Emoji rolling on
Looks
the
like it
floor
is
laughing.
only Mikey and
Well done,
Kazi.
Kazi.
Thank you, JD. An alternative is
JD.
JD.
It's Marm's
And thank
Chicken
you to
Farm and
Josh
JD's
for,
Chicken Feed and
feeding us.
Tackle.
It's Mom's Chicken Farm
We
and
feed 'em
JD's
the
Chicken Feed and
best,
Tackle. We
so
feed 'em
they
the best,
taste
so
the
they taste
best.
the best.
You literally overspoke with the AI there, so it is a touch drowned.
Didn't know the AI was talking. 'Cause I only have your audio going.
Yeah, if you see an exclamation one, the next comment is going to be read out by the AI, and it's fairly like 5 to 8 seconds on delay as Kazi goes purple in Sector 2. His optimal looking at a 54.0 at the moment, so this could very
Does
much...
this mean they feed the chicken their own chickens then? Captain Kurt
It started
Angle's
this again.
legendary moves.
Captain Kurt. Ooh. Some potentially interesting choice of topic to go through there. JD, 54 flat from Kazi. Now that is an optimal lap time with 2 minutes to go.
Wow.
Let's have a quick check with
Phenomenal
Mikey. No, Mikey was red all through those sectors. Purely reason I'm going back to these two is because I can actually see what their lap times are. Unfortunately, everybody else I've purely got track map and or radar, which is thoroughly disappointing. Saying that, Mash has done a 53.9. The potato has smashed it. I'm so sorry for that one.
It's okay, I approve.
Yeah, I partially approve as well, but it wasn't necessarily what came to mind. So then, this looks as if the team pole position will be taken by... He did mashed it as well. Mashy will be taking the team's pole position, where Kazi will be taking the independents. So that will be 5 extra points for both of these two. Sean coming in third. Okay, I hear my name. I hear my name and I'm not paying attention. You liked it too. Cheers, Gemini.
Why so many Beatles in this league?
That's just what was chosen, unfortunately. It was a choice of any Group 3 cars.
People's car.
Ended up being, as Kazi has a slight excursion, 4 Beetles, 2 BMWs, 2 Lexus, a fake car in the FT1, don't at me, and Bertie had the Chevy. So, yeah, it was... oh, and Rob chose the Merc for the 2 rounds that he was here. So, good job, Rob. Have a thumbs up. Let's just have a quick check to Mikey. He was blue in Sector 1, but he's been a bit down in the others. Mikey's
no evil.
Mikey's optimal is a 55.1, so it's not quite a 10th. Jack's gone for 54.4. That pops him into 3rd, but I think that's actually only an improved 3rd.
Yellow submarine. No, Rob shows the Mustang
no,
first.
we all live in a toilet painted green.
Laughing.
Did you choose the Mustang first?
It instantly.
Sounds about right. I swear in one of the replays he was in the AMG.
Lol.
Oh well, to be fair, it was so long ago. It's like 10 weeks now.
That was the beginning of JD's 10 facts at that race when Rob had the Mustang.
Ah, fair.
Seems like so long ago.
Legitimately does. Hail Steve Brown. I thought we were doing Beetle to death.
Emoji black flag.
Yeah, the only person that's been flagged is my horrendous comments. So we have the completions.
Hate how much you can extend like Mash just did.
Did Mash extend because I purely wasn't watching. Thing is that there is penalties on, but it's obviously as long as you have 2 tyres on the track inside the white lines, it's a valid time. So
out of the slow start section. Can in fact fly over this track in the new flight sim. Looks
yes,
class.
I know, I've seen it.
You can almost drive into the crowd.
I think Arava didn't he? Mikey manages to set a new personal best of a 55.0. Good job, that young man. Optimal was a 54.983, so he's done well to turn it back around.
Ooh, Mash just misses out improving his time.
By
300.
Yep, indeed. Kazi was having a slow one across the line. Don't know if he was looking to trying to hit Mash or not, but couldn't say I blamed him. But indeed, Yeetle Squadron does take P1s for qualifying. So indeed, Mash will have +5 and Kazi will have +5 in the pointage.
Order 6-6.
Scenario 7. Yes, scenario 7. Completely agree. I don't know who we are waiting for. I'm believing it would be that man right there.
Festing after this, TJ. Off to bed, enjoy good luck.
It depends if my colour commentator is having to go back to work or if we're going back to work. So we'll have to keep you posted on that one, Mikey. Otherwise we'll save it for tomorrow. Qualifying has ended, so the driver's pole position is Mashy Potato. Independence is Kazimitz. So indeed, for the umpteenth time, we have got. So it is literally 2v2 v3
now, Paul.
by Paul. Ka-chow. 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 The lights go out. And we are off.
Kazi with his wiper blades going furiously.
Now.
There we go, that's what I wanted. Mash has gone a bit wide through T1. A little bit of touch on Jack, seal on Jack, but everything's looking pretty clean from the front of Mashy's car. Kazi is very much chewing on his bumper a bit at the moment. Oh, Seal's gone a bit of a corner cut. Jack's gone round. Caught that one on board with that one.
Kazi got a little bit loose there too.
Completely
Just
ferocious.
giving Mash
Someone
a
is enjoying their
1.6
keyboard
second lead.
emoji rolling on the floor laughing.
I don't know what you mean, mate. I do not know what you mean, Rob. So as we go back to Seal, looks like indeed, as was spotted, Mikey has had a spin barlet as well as Jack and Seal. We did catch it, but then I pushed the wrong button. But we have still got Team Yeetle. They are not on the same team, but they are both out in the lead of this one at the moment. Sean doing an amazing job in fourth, chasing down Racer.
Everyone's racing suits are just these free costumes that they picked up at Halloween.
Yeah, definitely Halloween. Good evening, Tyson, by the way. I hope you are doing well. It's Fury and not Furry, TNT, because I have remembered who you is. By the way, still love your fucking name. Tyson Loveless, fucking beautiful. Only question that I have just had come to mind since I have recently watched Wild Wild West is he related to you? Answers in the description below. As we come round to complete the beginning of lap 1, I do want to do that though, because I would like some bit more information as this comes round. There we go. Sean doing an amazing job in fourth. As suspected, Jack is in to get off of hard tyres. Probably were a touch cold, which caused his little spinny at the beginning. He's decided he's going to take all the fuel so he can go and run a fairly long stint on these mediums. Mashy did go a touch ride round there. Lick the lid of life.
I can do this on Tuesday, S.
Wow,
emoji grin.
Well, one thing is, look at how much time Kazi's made up on that. You know, at the beginning of the first lap when he went a little wide, Nash pulled a 1.6 second lead over him, and now he's really closed in the gap.
He does indeed, but I believe Mash has also had a bit of an additional excursion which has caused some dirty tyres, which has allowed Kazi to re-catch back up. Thing is, as much as this on-track battle is amazing, they are both running separate
this
championships.
Series is getting moved to Sunday, and ALL be a
Yeah,
one
but
to
you know,
replace
it's just the
this
pride
on
between the
Tuesdays.
two.
Sorry, JD, what was that?
I said, but it's also just the pride between the two. I mean, if you're
Oh,
competing,
indeed.
it doesn't matter if you're in points.
Oh, not at all. If you're racing on that track, you are intending to give it your 110% best, and that is very much what all 7 of these drivers are doing. Obviously, we strongly hope, and this isn't a commentator's curse or any intent on sarcasm, but really do hope that Jack's internet does hold up for him tonight as much as I took the piss before he started. So Mash will come across the line 56.4, Kazi drops a 55.4. So a nice 1 second catch up on that one. Beatles doing their thing. I'll keep doing that.
JD knows, silver, TT driver, emoji face with hand over mouth.
TT driver. KRJ.
Yep.
See, this is what I was saying before we started, or as the stream began. We obviously have the finale next week, which is due to be 1 hour endurance around Kyoto, which is both Yamagawa and Miyabi. I don't want to say that.
Then there's the commentators curse, e.g. Goop comms TJ.
Thank you, mate. But as I was saying, we are 3 laps in, which is 6 minutes. Don't get me wrong, I know Jack is playing a strategy game, and he very much will come back into this later in the race, as he's made 1 pit stop, and he will move through.
Nauseated face, emoji nauseated face.
But he's 20 seconds behind. If this was 22nd and he was like 20 seconds back with an hour to go, or 50 3 minutes. I know some people that, as much as they love racing, would just go, I'm not going to put myself through the rest of that 50 minutes and leave. Obviously, the last thing we want is it to leave, as we see Seal hurrying Sean down the pit straight. Sean with a lovely lap of a 57.6. But yeah, that's why I'm honestly thinking about making 3. Sean has let Seal through. Almost an amazing switchback, catching Seal on off guard there potentially, but in either way, it was a lovely move. But now we've got Mikey, when I push the right button, looking to catch Sean as well to get past. Nürburgring is a very undulating track. It's very deceiving, especially with the tyre wear. Even if it's slightly low, it will cause slight issues, slight mistakes, missed brakings, additional slipstreams and that, as Sean lets Mikey go up the inside. Group 4 teammates working well. Hopefully Sean can stick on the back of the Beetle and keep in contact with that. Jack on his medium tyres, 22 seconds out, with a gap of 8.5 to Sean in front. He is running some very nice lap times, but everyone in front of him is on softs. So if they run a very soft heavy strategy, Jack might be struggling to catch back on the field. Indeed, we do not know. That is why we're here to find out. As we start lap 5, Masher 55.9, Kazi 56 flat. Racer doing an amazing job in third, did a 57.3 on that lap, 56.3, 56.7 and 59.4. In the interest of fairness, Jack comes across the line with a 57.2, which is very good lap time on those mediums. Everyone is pretty much spread out now. Kazi having a touch of a track extend coming out of that inner field section, but the game has obviously been nice to him. We like it when the game is nice. Shout out to Gemini for getting bullshit penalties from the game. Mikey running a touch wide on that one. Looks like he's very much pushing to try and keep up with Seal. As much as Race has done an amazing job on those BMWs, because it's an amazing livery, the short wheelbase Beetle just does seem to do quite well. Very much an underappreciated car indeed. As the weather is looking brilliant, let's throw it over to the trackside commentator, because I legitimately have actually got nothing to say at the moment. JD, it's over to you.
Sure, well, given that everything is spread out, it is tradition here at the Fury Cup for 10 facts.
Yay! What are the 10 facts about, JD?
Oh, you'd think the 10 facts would be about the Nürburgring, because I could say the Nürburgring, it's a track in German. But no, I'm not going to do that kind of shtick. Well, because Marmite is just in the chat at the moment and he is not on track, we thought we'd do 10 facts about our lovely man Marmite.
Yay!
So, first fact. Fact 10, I guess.
Fact 10.
Down. Fact 10. Little sound effects. Probably didn't sound that great. Fact 10. He is named after Marmite, the food split. It wasn't a coincidence. Who knew? Or, I guess it wasn't a coincidence. Who knew? I guess that was a question mark, because I know how to read my own typing. Though, actually, it really is a coincidence, as he will tell you.
Because you either love him or you hate him. Luckily in GRT, we love him.
We do. We adore Marmite. He's the best.
Fact 9.
Fact 9. Fact 9 is, Marmite, the man, was not actually invented
Good
by
vibes.
German scientist Justus von Liebig, but rather made by his parents, probably in a bedroom of some sort.
We have had that confirmed. It was in a bedroom.
Yikes. Where was it, Marmite? Please comment. If you know.
We'll get a GRT plaque made up saying Marmite was made here.
We'll refrain
And
from
not a
it being-
tattoo.
We'll refrain from it being any sort of typical, stereotypical Welsh jokes. We will keep it purely civil.
Fact 8.
I can point out the house
Fact
when I
8.
pass next.
Marmite is a
Yes.
man and very much loved, and is not in fact the byproduct of beer brewing, which is the most German thing about the food spread you could think of.
True story.
Very much so. But can confirm Marmite is actually a human. He is not the byproduct of beer brewing.
True story. Fact 6.
No, that's 7.
Well, that was 7.
No, that was 8.
Damn, I can't count.
It's okay. It's counting is hard.
That's why it's actually. That's why I'm glad it tells me there's 7 laps gone, which means there's 14 to go.
Indeed. Although technically 15 because they're on the 7th.
True story. Anyway,
Fact 7. Marmite, the spread, can be added to hot water for a savory hot beverage. Marmite, the man, can be added to hot water for a bath. What, were you expecting something silly?
and it's okay, he's not spent too much time watching Bella Delphine and he's going to sell that bathwater. Unless you subscribe to his OnlyFans. Yes.
Barely make it through that one laugh.
You weren't expecting for that one coming in, were you?
No, that one took me. That took me
I
completely
will
off guard.
fuck out of her.
If I can actually speak, my goodness, you broke
I
me.
think a lot of people would, mate. And in that bathwater as well.
Indeed, Marmite. A little gross, but you know, you do you.
Or her. Fact 6.
Fact 6. In a team-up that we expect from Marmite and Mikey, there is actually a limited edition Guinness Marmite. Yes, that is actually real. So, Marmite, Mikey, do it. Do it!
Potentially for the next group 3, maybe. Who knows?
I hope so.
GRT funds by Marmite her bathwater.
GRT comes by Marmite.
Afternoon guys.
Yeah, no. If you ain't getting the PS5, you sure as hell ain't getting a bathwater.
At least not by non-nefarious means.
Hello there, Fatal Mistake. Good afternoon. Hope you are well. As we go into Fact 4.
Fact 5.
It was Fact 5. I thought it was Fact 5, but I'm 100% sure. Second out with myself. Anyway.
Fact 5. Marmite, the man, celebrated his
We'll
29th
drink it
anniversary
on
this year.
stream. MOG happy
Marmite, the
tears.
spread, celebrated its 118th.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Although if Marmite the man was 118 years old, he'd look pretty good for 118.
Hashtag vampire.
Maybe.
You want MOG happy tears. MOG happy tears.
And Marmite has confirmed that he will drink her bathwater on the stream if we were able to procure it, which we definitely will not. We don't have that kind of money nor the time.
Unless we just
Sugar daddy.
do bath water that isn't actually hers. And just label it.
That works for me. I have a tub. I could do it.
Just make sure you wash the dog first.
Actually, Doogie doesn't need a bath.
TA
He
water.
got groomed and he looks all nice and pretty.
Teach water. Guaranteed to contain some percentage of monster if it's mine.
And at least some percentage of Teej.
Giggity.
Alright.
Oh, we have a pit
That's
stop. 2 interrupts the facts. Mikey is the first to come in. Lap 8 on these soft tyres.
Look at this Guinness boys going out there.
I believe he had a bit of a dodgy lap or 2 laps because he's gone from a 2:02 and then the start lap, which was coming out as a 2:05. So Mikey has had a potential spin barler and is now on his medium tyres.
Yes,
So
indeed.
you only need to do 1 lap on the mediums and 1 lap on the hards, but it looks as if people are looking to potentially keep this at a 2-stop race. So as Mikey gets all the way around the inside of Sean, he's hit the wrong button on the keyboard. Jack is on the back of Sean.
Yeah, the tire wear is reasonably comparable, although Mash is managing his tires despite keeping a blistering pace.
That is the key of the potato, as we just have a quick flick through the tyre wears. But then it's not just the tyre wears, it's the fuel usage. Just purely looking at the difference of the way 2 virtually identical cars are driven to the difference in fuel and tyres. So
Yeah, because you can see Mash has got a little over a quarter of a tank versus Kazi behind him. who's
indeed,
almost at an 8.
which means Mashi is short shifting but is still being able to hold station in front of Kazi to a fair different amount. He's literally shifting about halfway up the gearbox, where if I jump on board with Kazi's going like 3/4 up the box. So doing that for an entirety of a stint is what is affecting the difference in that. Saying that though, Mr. Racer dug himself a pit stop. He hasn't dug himself a hole, he's dug himself a pit stop. I'm very much sorry for that one. I decided I was going to go for that one, but I shouldn't have. But Mikey has come in for his pit stop. He has used the mediums. He's chucking them off. He's putting on the hards, I suspect, but he's now fueling up, potentially to go to the end. But it won't be because there are still 12 laps to go, 13 laps to go.
Yeah,
So there is still plenty of lappage to put down. Marmite's telling me to get kicked for my horrible puns. I'm just going to wait for a chat because I know Doug goes back and rewatches this, and I'm just going to get a message of "you're a dick." Racer is holding strong in 3rd place as well, equally doing as much fuel saving as Mash is in a potential longer and more thirstier car compared to Kazi, so I wouldn't be surprised if Kazi is making a pity. What do you think? Doug's gonna give me shit? Yeah, most likely. So Jack is currently doing quite a fairly good pace. He does look as if he has had a bit of an error on the last one, because he's done a 2:06, but there's been no tyre change, so interesting to see.
Kazi is going in.
You being a dick, haha.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
He's on very little fuel.
Indeed, so Kazi has come in, so he's managed to make that tank go 10 laps. He's potentially going to need to do a bit of fuel saving or come in once again to do at least another 2 stops regarding tyres. So Kazi has filled up
there.
Splash and Dash to get rid of the medium tyres.
His wiper blade's still going furiously.
Indeed, may I just say, that is my biggest bugbear with GT Sport.
Just came back up. I am not fucking happy.
Is the windshield wiper?
Emoji pouting face, emoji pouting face, emoji pouting face. Dropped about 10 mins after
Still
I was
there?
talking in the GR3 room.
Oh, you're joking, hippie. His internet's just come back on.
Wipers cause drag. Drag uses fuel. Just saying, Jazz. Kaz.
I got you, Mum. As Sean comes in for his first pit stop as well, running softs and having some very good tyre wear. He is taking another set of softs on a full tank of fuel, so good work to you there, Mr. Sean. So Jack has managed to jump up to 4th with Racer and Mikey. It looks like Racer has come in from his pit stop just in front of Mikey, but then Mikey has pit twice. So he has used his medium compound and he's now come back out on softs. So that means Mikey has got another pit stop to go, where at the end of the stint he'll be going on to a set of hards for the last lap, I believe.
Yet thought it was just my PS, but kids came down and said their connection died. Anthony was not happy, in the middle of a match on Siege.
Ben Mash is going
Yeah, I'm
in.
not surprised. Kazi was 10 seconds behind Mash, but Kazi's in as well, because Kazi has done 1 lap on mediums. So I don't know if Kazi is going to do another 1 lap splash to change these tyres, because Mash has done the same on hards. So it looks like we are potentially looking at 3 stop strategies with 2 stops of fuel. Seal is in as well, so everyone is pretty much doing the same strategies as Kazi indeed comes back out of the pits. God, I hate it when people do that. Not just saying it is something against you, Kaz. It's just I thoroughly detest when people ignore white lines on pit exits. I know if there's no cars there, it technically makes no difference, but it's the point of safety, and in other games, that's a regulation. That's why on my last season, not the ones just finished, the one before, I was very hot on entry and exits of pit lanes, because it bugs the fuck out of me. Jack has come in to the pits. He has got a full tank of gas and he's on softs, and I believe he is now going to the end. So he has gone,
when you need it.
Isn't it always? But indeed that is a 2-stop strategy by Jack coming into play. So fair play and credits for him as we pop round to Mash, currently on a 14-second lead, so he's managed to pull about 3 seconds out on Kazi. Both are on hard tyres, but Kazi will be coming in for a full tank of gas and another set of soft tyres to take him to the end. Mashy has still got 1 more stop to make, so interesting strategies coming out amongst the Beetles. Seal is on a virtual full tank of gas and is on a set of softs, so I believe he's running the parallel to Mikey, just 5 seconds up the road. So as Kaz and Mash come in to complete
the 1-liter bottle of Smirnoff in a 7-0 CL Orchards Peach Schnapps off my dad and his GF Fermi and Kim Fur Crimbo.
Happy days. Get yourself some fruit juice. So Mash is out on mediums with 75% fuel. So I don't know if he's looking at running that to the end. But Seal has now overtaken Kazi. So Tropical Juice from Aldi, good shout.
Tropical Juice from Aldi, emoji grin.
Top that. But indeed, so Seal and Kazi looks like they're going to be in this little battle all the way to the end. Both on soft tyres. Mikey only 2.5 behind. Racer 2 seconds behind Mikey, so potential is there. Jack is 2.5 behind Sean, and Sean is 10 off of Racer, so if Jack can knuckle down and get some decent lap times in.
Crack that open to Maru.
Looks like Mash is warming up those medium tyres, but then is he actually warming them up, or is he just planning to get rid of them? 15-second lead, I guess it legitimately does not matter at this point. Seal, though, is being hunted by Kazi. No, I wanted that one, thank you very much. As we watch Kazi tailing Seal, I very much feel in the early stages that beam was going to pull away, but The little Volkswagen that could with its emissions chasing down into the chicane. As we watch this battle for second and third, how about we have our fourth fact, JD?
Alright. Fact 4. In 2015, Marmite Summer of Love Edition featured a flower power theme. I sense a special OnlyFans presentation sometime soon. Marmite, can you comment on that?
Just waiting for the live response. That's if he hasn't just spat his drink all over the place. Kazi had a very good run on that one. Is he going to make a move into the next section? No, he is not.
Had an event idea. Better say it before it's forgotten.
Sub and you'll find out.
No. Love you, buddy, but
Out.
no. I'm good.
We'll ask Mikey. We'll just ask Mikey because he's got the sub.
Sounds good. Fact 3. Marm's Chicken Farm was established July 14th, 2020 with the creation of the logo. I wonder how Marm's chickens are doing at the farming simulator.
Doing well, I hear.
Good.
The
'Cause I
choir...
have not been on since probably July or August.
Fair. I was going to say the choir, I suspect, is doing very well as well. In
They
preparation for their next moment in
Their
the
next
spotlight.
cover.
Yep.
When inspiration hooks me, I'll have a new song. But nothing can beat the true Monza mash. That was fantastic.
Indeed, indeed.
Fucking like hell and
Nothing like hell and
multiplying.
multiplying. Good to know, Mama. So let's go into Fact 2. British troops during World War I were issued Marmite as part of their rations. Crazy they took them back in time like that. How was the late 1900s Marmite?
Late 1900s.
Oh, sorry. 1910s is what I meant to say because my brain short-circuited halfway through that sentence.
GRB Quattro 1 make, GRC cars
World War I was.
F1500T.
I swear, I know
Black
history.
and white.
You're mad, Rob.
Love
Don't know
it,
how the
Robin
Mazda
Min.
TC makes it 80s, but Rob will discuss that in a minute. Mikey's got past racer, so he's
Yes.
chasing Kazi.
Wanted to join a 1500T series for ages. I am in.
Seal is very much chasing down Mash at the moment. But then he is bringing Kazi with him, so we are looking pretty
89MX5
good.
is the base car.
Oh, the 89 Mazda. No, it's because you put Mazda TC, Rob. That's why it caught me off. It's like, that's definitely not a 80s car. I'm pointing fingers at you on that one.
Go on Mashy Soonshine. Love 80's best music. So I will put some Duran Duran on in a flowery shirt.
Beat a bit
Sorry,
Duran Duran.
just a bit too tired today.
Not a problem, Sean. You've raced really well tonight, mate. Very much appreciated.
The
I'll
TC
make
is
sure to
based
give
in
you
the
points.
89MX5 dude. Her name is real
Yes,
and she
but the
dances
year
on the
isn't.
sound.
Her name is Rico and she dances on the sand. And Mr. Mikey is in the lane and is already back out again before I can get there.
Enjoying the stream.
Enjoying
Don't
the stream,
forget
but
to
not my
like,
singing.
subscribe,
Make sure
and
you
check out
give
the
us a
links in
thumbs
the
up to tell me
description.
how much you hate it. Oh. So I have somehow, whilst I was changing down to see Mikey come out of the pits, Kazi's passed to Seal. Apologies for missing that one.
Maybe we could always go back and look at it in the replay.
No, because I think I was well past by the time I'd actually realised.
I'm talking in the actual replay.
Oh, the actual replay, yeah.
Because I will take note, it was in lap 16. Because I caught it just afterwards, but didn't process in my brain. That's because I'm a little slow sometimes.
Stream zone, Rob, most of them have. I would say I'll have a look for you, but I'm currently streaming, hence we're having this conversation. By the way, if you haven't realised, I'm a dick.
Well, Seal is looking. He's not quite close enough, but he is looking to kind of size Kazi up and see if he can get a pass around him. The thing is that he does have slightly better tires on the left, but Kazi is more evenly distributed, so it's going to be interesting if he can pull it off.
Yeah, it looks like Seal's M6 is struggling on the numerous right-handers. Seal opens up to have a look in Kazi's mirrors as Mr. Mikey comes in to the lane to get rid of the hard tyres with 6 laps to go. No, 5 laps to go. Was right in my head first time round.
Going into 5.
As we catch Mikey leaving the lane.
Jack does overtake him.
So Mikey has got an objective for these last 5 laps to catch that 6.5 second gap up to Jack. Jack in himself is looking at trying to close the 8.7 gap up to Racer, who is holding station firm behind his teammate, 12 seconds behind. But still, this is where the action is. 32 minutes into the race. And I feel like it's time for Fact 3.
Actually, no. It is for Fact 1.
Oh, did them all already? My God.
Yeah. So, Fact 1. It is truly a fact. We love Marmite at GRT very much.
Thumbs up.
The jury is still out on the spread for me, though, because I actually have never tried it yet.
Well, funnily enough, Fact 1.1, the slogan of Marmite is either you love it or you hate it.
That is very true. I had that on the back of Marmite's Alpha Row Marmite when he was running in the Alpha League.
Indeed. You love it or you hate it, but either way, you're behind it. Funny story, I put that on the back of Staniel's car, which he then used in the Blue Moon race on the weeklies last week.
Oh, nice.
When I made it, wasn't expecting to actually look at the back of it. So it very much felt calmer. It's like, that's fine, Stan's going to race a lot on the Australian ones. Don't expect him to use the AMG. Uses the AMG in the Blue Moon race. I end up behind him. What's on the back of it? You love it or you hate it, but either way you're behind it. And like, karma thoroughly has come back to say hello to me here.
But that has been 10 facts about our lovely man Marmite.
Once again, thank you very much, Sean, for making up an additional number. You had raced thoroughly brilliantly, mate, tonight, so good job. Apologies, it was a bit late starting. We will all be sending a letter of complaint to Hippie's internet company. I think he said it was Virgin, so that kind of ironic to the fact that he said last week that Virgin were brilliant. So,
I mean,
Seal has had a bit of an off. Apologies for stopping you there, JD, but he's had an off up the Schumacher S's. He has got some dirty tyreage now and has lost about 3.5 seconds to second place. That was very much unfortunate there. Just got a little bit narrow going up the hill.
Oh no!
Oh, mashy.
Mashy's running those mediums as far as he can go. But that is...
I remember, here we go.
Happy tears.
So he's got a little bit on the outside curb. And
he's
around
able to
he
hold
does
it,
spin
recover,
Bala.
but- See, the thing is, Kazi is on the softs. Mash is on the mediums. This could get interesting.
Well, that has very much potentially given Kazi a bit of a lifeline to if he wants to take bragging rights from this race. But then, also on the same note, Kazi's tyres are not in the best of health at the moment, so it seems everybody is having ons and offs and offs and ons up and down the field. Mikey is setting blue sectors at the moment, so could we potentially see...
Net thieving prick. If your internet is a virgin, wouldn't you rather have someone with more experience to handle your net?
Nice, JD.
Thank you.
It very much was better coming from Stacey, that one as well. I enjoyed that. So, coming halfway through lap 19, so once we cross the line, it'll be 2 remaining. Kazi is taking about a second a lap off of Mash now. Indeed, as JD pointed out earlier, they will be very much playing for pride. But Kazi is very much
I heard
twitchy.
you get a tighter connection though.
Oh, nice response. Tight connection. So it looks like Mikey is trying his best to run some purple lap times, but he's not quite getting it there. He's still running very much consistent. 53.7 out of the lane. Looks as if he did have a fumble there as well. So we can jump back up to the lead. We are under 2 with 2 to go. Kazi does set a blue last sector, being under 30 seconds. I really love that I've got the session list up on the screen, but it's really frustrating that I can't see it for everybody. Who's in the pits? Race is in for his mediums, so Jack is now into 4th, running a set of worn soft tyres, where Racer has got a brand new set of mediums. So this is going to be an interesting one to if Jack can keep running the 56s, 57s that he was running to what the others were running 57s as well on mediums. So it will be interesting to see, but also with that one, Mikey is now down to 2 seconds from Racer with 1.5 forward to Jack. So with 2 laps to go, this potentially could be where the battle's going to be, despite Mash and Kazi a second apart.
Well, keep an eye on Mash if you want to keep an eye on that battle.
And they're just going to watch them as they complete through here. I do believe they have gone quite tight around the mini carousel, but they all are still seeming fairly close, but yet quite far apart.
Yeah, still out of slipstream range, but it's close enough that Kazi can start to taste it.
Well,
And
if it was PD settings from like 3 updates ago, real slipstream would have been a pickup from 1.3, so that would have been an interesting one. I think it was 1.5 to 1.3 depending on depending on the car you were using.
Okay.
So it was very much a bit hesitant, because I know at one point actually it was out to 1.8, but then they retweaked the reel back to like 8, 9 tenths depending on the category.
Through there, but he's okay. He's still got a second over Kazi.
Luckily, this is not a Formula 1 car, otherwise he would be just outside DRS range.
Indeed.
Mikey is very much pushing the living nuts out of his splish splash. He's had one decent lap of 55.7, then he's been 5 tenths back on a 56.2, and then another 6 tenths back on a 56.9 on the last couple of laps. So he's very much trying his hardest to catch Racer for them championship points. Unless something catastrophic happens, Seal will be having third place. He's 13 behind and he's 12 ahead, so as long as nothing terrible happens, he will be taking home third, which will be second in the teams. As we are running up the chicane for the last time, looks like Kazi has gone a bit wide previously, because we're now out to 3 seconds to giving Mash a little bit of... As I say, that's given Mash a bit of breathing space for him to take the last corner with virtual ease. To 41.5 minutes later, Mash takes the win. Kazi almost damps it into the wall, to be fair. Good play. Seal, after Kazi's minor error, is only 11 back. Bravo to the Seal. Jack, oh my god, no.
Jeez. Oh, that's heartbreaking.
Do you know what the worst thing is? I caught that as well.
Me too.
I caught it as it happened.
Just got a little
mate.
bit
So Racer takes fourth. Mikey was 0.3 off at the end.
Christ, I don't make things half difficult, do I? Emoji smiling face.
It was entertaining for us, mate. Don't worry, we'll send you the payment later.
Mash Kazi and Seal. Emoji party popper. Emoji clapping hands.
Well,
emoji
I will now
clinking beer mugs.
Grab hold of my controller. I'm going to save the replay. But to be completely honest, guys, that was a fucking impeccable ass race. Can I actually push the right buttons? Would be amazing. I will say I will save the replay. Do not blame Jack for leaving on that one.
Lucky fourth. Shame Jack. Poor Jack man. Emoji crying face.
Yeah, because I mean that's just heartbreaking right on the last lap.
It was very much unfortunate.
I know he struggled a little bit with his strategy, but I think it was starting to come to him. He was starting to move up through the field.
Congrats, guys. Emoji
he was indeed
hands,
in fourth.
Emoji flexed biceps.
But I very much feel that he will be disappointed with that, and he potentially would. But then he was on 10 lap old soft tyres. The VGT is a bit of a beast. If it gets a bit squirrely, it does like to try and bin you. I found the same with the Beetle. But hey,
yeah.
At the end of the day, it might be only 6th place, but it's still 2nd place. Because, indeed, as we look at the race results, Mash takes 1st, Kazi's 2nd, Seal is 3rd, Racer's 4th, Mikey's 5th, Jack is 6th. But if you look at it in the teams and independents section, Mash comes first for the team. Seal and Racer take 2 and 3. Mikey has 4th. In the independents, Kazi is 1st and Jack is 2nd. Admittedly, those are the times that they have set, but rather than trying to potentially look at just trying to put a whole new scoreboard in just for the last races to carry it on the format that I've just redone, that is how the points will come out. So mad racing of Seal and Racer will extend their lead over the unfortunate Virgin team of Mum's Chicken Farm, who were unfortunate and unable to attend for valid reasons. Well, obviously Mad will extend the lead, but I believe Splish Splash will have the championship. That should seal Mad Racing's 2nd place, where Mum's Chicken Farm will come 3rd. Obviously, if we do what I would like to do and run the 3 sprints next week, there is potential that with 3 sets of points being available, there could still potentially be a bit of movement between 2nd and 3rd in the teams, unless everyone wants to just run an hour. If that is what they want to do,
even,
that is fine.
even looking at this race, you saw that there was still a lot of close battles despite it being an hour long. And yeah,
41 and a half
and
minutes. Just be short of 41 and a half.
41 and a half, but still, Mash and Kazi were pretty much neck and neck towards the end.
Indeed.
Seal was a bit ahead, but Racer, Mikey, and Jack were all right there with each other.
The benefits of the preset laps is obviously you know how much fuel you will be carrying. The thing is with an actual 1 hour race, you are not told what you need. So even if you run, say, even if you run 20 minutes, it works out basically as a sprint. So at least you can constantly try and keep close racing rather than anything else. But hey, it is the finale. Oh, Seal saying about spinning Jack early at the start of the race. I didn't think there was an issue, that one. I guess maybe there was. Let's go back and have a look.
On the first lap.
We can. We have the technology. We can do it.
I will do indeed, Mikey, because Seal's just said in game that he was the one that took out Jack. So, that being said, let's go and have a look. I will check that I have the replay. I have the replay, so let's go and have a look at what we got. Apologies, Mash, you were just in the process of typing.
Yep. Just put it in the comments on the stream. That'll be great.
Or just chuck it in the Discord.
That too.
Chuck up in the cord. Alright, let's move the keyboard. Actually, I'll keep it just with me for the moment. As he sticks the cable on, and let's have a look at the replay. Let's see what we've got. So this is literally lap 1 teeth.
All my fault.
Ah, so you are the orchestrator.
Who are the stewards?
Sorry,
me. Seal and Jack, I'm very disappointed.
We will have a look as a group, and we will all we'll see what there is, and see what sort of punishment can or cannot be distributed, if any. The thing is, it would be difficult to give you a place drop, Mikey, because you finished 4th in the category, so that would be what it is. Are we not going to do that one? Forgot about that triangle button. I don't know what that is on the keyboard. Okay, so round we go.
Ooh, a little bit of a pinball there. I see what happened.
Yeah.
Like, it looked like Jack may have braked just a little bit early, which spooked Seal, and Mikey wasn't expecting it.
I don't know if it's spooked Seal. The thing that's automatically coming to my head, and I know this is not done, I want to get this idea out of the way first, but the first look at that replay, it looked like it lagged.
It may have, actually. Because Seal does jump forward.
Yeah. But then, is that not contact physics with Mikey? See, he's got nothing on there. Right, now he's a now he's ahead. Right, okay. So the game has pinballed Seal forward because it's added almost 20 mile an hour onto his speed.
Yeah.
That has then game physicsed into Jack. Interestingly enough though, hitting Jack has now taken off that 20. And the game, despite it not affecting Jack's speed, unlike Mikey hitting Seal, it's only just lit his back end up.
Yeah, because he's hitting it sort of at an angle, it just kind of tosses it out.
So now where Seal's now come in to avoid anything else. Jack's now got far too much power on. Lit the back end on the hards, because he's the only one on the hards. And literally just around he goes. Thank you for the camera cut. Because this is what I saw on stream. So Jack has stopped, or has gone around. Seal is still moving, so that's good to see. Now the game has realised that Jack is in peril, so I must ghost him. Thanks, game. He's now looking the wrong way. Sean's trying to work out what the fuck to do at the moment from what I can see.
Yeah,
I'll stop using that.
Just slowing down to avoid any issues, and
Oh, indeed.
all of a sudden
So now Seal's waiting
conflict
for... And then there's Mikey now. Did he stop or did he just slow really far down? And then Mikey stops and then readjusts from there. Okay.
Well, that was obviously dealt there, but just an unfortunate moment.
You have obviously readdressed Mikey, and bravo for you. Is it a missed break point, Mike, or is it just you were taking a slightly shallower line than Seal? Because you're not quite on the brakes as quick as he was. I don't know if it's the sense that you're taken... Okay, I'll explain what I'm going to say and then I'll play it through. You're not expecting Seal, it's not to brake, it is to take the space that you were braking into in front of you. Because if I press play, because at the moment he is following Jack, who's following Kazi, following Mash. So you would expect him to brake in that straight line the way the others are.
My brake points. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I know he's going to the inside to almost avoid this exact incident.
Yeah, so like, from what you, if I'm on board with you, Mikey, what I would expect now is the two Beetles are gone. Jack will brake in his line. Seal will stay behind Jack. And where you have the braking line down the middle, though you're not making a move, you can then brake in the clean air to stop where you're going. But at the moment, Jack's gone slightly squiff at this point and is actually looking away from the corner. Seal is on the curb and you are in the middle of the track. Because Jack has now gone wide, Seal is potentially now looking at making a move onto Jack on the inside, taking your position on where you were going to brake. So now you in theory need to brake harder than what you were doing, because originally there wasn't anything in front of you, now there is. And if you're already on max brake for where you think you're going to brake, you can't do anything about it, which causes that. admittedly, PD pinball physics, as we fucking love 3.5 years down the line, has put the pinball of almost 20 miles an hour, mind, from 60 to 79 in Seal's car that has caused Jack to spin. And then that goes, everyone stops, you do the right thing and move over and get out the way. I personally don't think I can penalise you. It's a lap 1 incident. You have readdressed. Seal readdresses Jack as well. I don't know what else there is to do. JD, have you got any thoughts on that?
Yeah, to be honest, it looks like everything was pretty much dealt with on the track, and it's just an unfortunate moment, because, I mean, I know that when you go frame by frame, yeah, you and I have enough time to think out exactly what's going on, but
or what we assume is going on. But at racing speed, you don't think...
It's a quarter of a second moment.
Yeah, it legitimately is. It's quarter second at the start of the race. Everyone's trying to keep themselves to themselves, but you don't expect Seal to come, not necessarily across the front of you aggressively, but because of Jack's line, he's taken the space where you're wanting to brake, and contact is made. Admittedly, PD physics then gives an almost 20 miles an hour into Seal, into Jack, but that's unfortunately not anything that we can do.
Mm-hmm.
You've addressed it on Jack, or you've addressed it on track, even on Jack. He's only 16, pardon me. Hold on, I think I need the police outside. I can't... As much as you feel bad for it, mate, it purely is a racing incident.
If you do truly feel bad, we'll reduce it by 1 Guinness for tonight.
Yeah, just pour... I would say pour one away, but that's harsh. But yeah, from a third person... Can I have a third person view? Thank you. You guys all go round. You've got a tighter line than Seal anyway, so you hold your tighter line. Jack actually gets a touch of twitch under braking, and to be honest, seeing a bit further back from racing speed makes that look a hell of a lot worse than what it is. The pinball physics on that is ridiculous.
Yeah, because this closing speed, there's no way he put enough energy into that car to knock it up 20 miles an hour more.
No, not at all. You can see the impact.
Yeah,
it would be hard to blame one person for a series of incidents that happened within a blink of an eye.
72 pallets of Guinness in your car that would weigh it down? Because that could possibly add enough weight to do that. Because
you're nosing in anyway, so you can tell that you're on full brake. That's the point of contact. Because that's what's over revved Seal.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. Wait for it. Ready? There it is. Oh no, not quite. There, it's coming in a minute. There it is. There is definitely fucking... There is definitely the speed. There you go. 79 mile an hour. And then... Pew!
Yep.
I know you feel bad for it, Mikey. You've readdressed it, and it purely is a racing incident, mate. I don't think there's anything else that can be put for it. It's a legit racing incident, but you've readdressed it on track, and unfortunately it's cost Jack potentially a good race though, but he still comes second in his section. You can't get a deduction for it because you finished 4th in the teams. So
thanks for the analysis, TJ and JD.
You're welcome, dude. Like I said, I don't think I can really say or look at it anymore. That is pretty much it. I would have a look at the last corner, but that's harsh. But that is going to be that for the burgers and the rings.
Unfortunate,
Maybe
but
just a
dealt with.
little bit further ahead, just see what happened between Jack and between Kazi and Mash. 'Cause there's something else that happened up there too.
What, on race 1?
It-
Or on lap 1?
Yeah, right on lap 1. Because
Mm.
at one point they were right up against each other, and the next moment Mash had a 1.6 second lead.
Ah, I'll have a look. Let's have a look. Luckily it's my replay, which means it doesn't take amazingly long to load.
Wonderful.
It takes it long enough though. Next time we should get Kazi to do all the reviews, or Sean. PS5 will load quicker. Thank you very much for giving us all the information, but yet you can't be bothered to give us the bloody qualifying times, you schmuck.
Well, that would be too difficult.
It'd be too easy.
No, it's definitely hard to program something so simple into it. I mean, we have other things to deal with, like screwing up the penalty system.
I don't, they've already screwed up the penalty system though.
Yeah, but they keep trying to screw it up.
Was this what you were referring to? How early was it?
Yeah, it was pretty early in the race, so you just... It's like right there, they're right close to each other.
Ah, I found it. So, whilst this goes on behind...
Wide there a little bit.
So whilst this goes on behind, you've got Kazi taking a slightly different line. He lights his back end up, which sends him wide and have a really wide escape, which has allowed Mash to end up disappearing into the distance.
Yeah. Although by the end of that lap, or it might have been on the beginning of the next one, he closed the gap right up too, because I think Mash had
Mash had a similar.
Yeah. Yeah, that beetle is a twitchy beast.
She's a pain in the ass. Thing is, I don't know if Mash had a blip or a twitch, or does Kazi just went and put it on?
Just went into sweaty tryhard mode.
Thing is, I'd have to potentially say yes, because though I didn't look at it and I've had the points up, Kazi's second lap stayed fastest lap for the entire race. I don't think anybody took it. So Kazi's 1:55.454, I think it was, actually stayed from this lap that he's on now.
So he
chases. Don't know if it's necessarily try-hard mode, but I think it... There it is. There it is. So... we have misbraking, too late, wide we go, and guess what? Kazi is on the back of the potato, as well as taking the fastest lap of the race. So, I think that answers out your question there, Mr. JD.
That does. But excellent battle between those two.
Race long battle as per usual. Well, indeed, as Razor has said, unfortunate, but dealt with on track. And that will be that for the evening. I am just going to do one thing. I don't know why. Doesn't really matter how hard I try. More from that later. Mazda. This is even if Rob is still here. There is 5 of you here, so very much appreciative. 15, 89 Unos Roadster. Oh no.
There is no year. Interesting.
Shit. Do I have to concede that Rob was right?
I don't know. Well, maybe we could read the text there at the bottom.
That's what I'm reading at the moment.
Ooh. Based on the Mazda Uno
Oh yeah, it was
Roadster
based on it.
89. But see, that's still the body of it. You can modify it after the fact.
It
but
was
is
released
based
in
on the body.
1989 with the 1.6 B6ZE, producing 118 brake and 14 kilograms FM of torque. If this is virtually the exact same thing as the previous one, it's... But the thing is, the body shapes aren't the same. That's why I would have thought this was considered to be newer.
It has
Yeah,
a
they got some fender bits
1989.
and carbon fiber lip that's obviously from current day, but still. If you add bits to a car, do you
Deal
change
with
the
it.
year? No.
Shut up,
my
Gemma.
grandpa has a 1950. Well, he had a 1958 Rolls
Come
Royce
to
Silver
peace with
Cloud.
it.
Beautiful car.
Yeah, that means I have
Well-
to concede that Rob was right.
I know. But see,
Thing is, though, for me, that doesn't look like 1989.
Thanks for the stream, TJ
no,
and
because
JD.
obviously it's been modified. But
That
let's
looks
go
like
back to JD's
1989.
story time. But back to JD's story time with my grandpa's Rolls. What he did was he actually took out the chassis, took out the engine, and stuffed. I believe it was a Oldsmobile. I can't remember exactly which one, but it was an Oldsmobile pace car, and stuffed that in there. And well, it's not a 1970s Oldsmobile; it's still a 1958 Rolls. But man, does that thing take off like a rocket!
Can imagine. Because it basically means then it's a kit car. So,
Pretty much. He even had to saw the front of it off a little bit because he couldn't fit the engine in. And then with fiberglass, manufactured about an extra foot to the hood, or bonnet, as you would call it.
dang.
Yeah.
Well then,
My grandpa was a bit crazy.
that is going to be it, as I humbly and not graciously concede that Rob was right with that fact. But indeed, we'll go. I really concede it well. But alas, that is that. For anyone that cared for the mileage exchange, whilst I'm here, we've got all the colour shifts and the red 4C Alpha Road. We have loads of pretty ones. That is all that. But alas, as I say, 20 minutes later than probably scheduled. There's no schedule because, let's be honest, as much as Marmite made one, we don't stick to it. That has been TJ and JD out for the Fury Cup for round 7, enjoying some burger rings with some GP sauce. Anything else you'd like to add, JD?
I'm probably either going to have a salad or some stew, depending on if I want something hot or cold. And then I might have myself a Coke.
Sounds like a massive plan to me. I'm drinking a pink monster at 20 to 11 UK time. That's going to do me well.
Sounds like a brilliant move.
Indeed, indeed. Well, thank you very much for the glorious people that have stopped by. Thank you for the, what is it now, 9 likes, because I liked it as well, because why in the hell not? But indeed, thank you very much. That has been GT Sports. That has been the Fury Cup. TJD signing out. Bye guys.